Hello, good morning and good afternoon, everyone. Rishma, can confirm if you can hear my voice. Yes,
Hi, yes, we can hear you.
and you can see the screen.
Yep, properly.
All right, thank you. Okay, once again, everyone, good morning, good afternoon, and thanks for joining in to this another session of the webinar. It's time now, and I think we have enough attendees to start. So we'll start on time. Um, and also thank you for those who actually joined in very early, and apologies for the wait time. So today's webinar will be on offense module in ASYCUDA. By the way, if you don't know me, I'm Mohammed Rizwan Khan, and I'm one of the ASYCUDA and information system experts in the Pacific region, based in Palau, but currently in Fiji. So, like I said, this webinar session will be on the offense module. To make it a bit more interesting, in the past, I've seen that um, at the end of the session, there's a question and answer session, but rarely anyone asks any question, maybe because they had a question in mind, but they forgot towards the end. So, to break that cycle, what we can do is while I'm presenting, if you have any burning questions, you can always raise your hand through the Teams, or you can put your questions in the chat box. So I will be looking at the chat box constantly while I'm presenting. So I can answer your questions there and then as you have this fresh in your mind. Okay. So I don't have much slides for this presentation, but mostly I will be doing a live demo. I think the demo will be more, you'll understand a bit better when I show you what's this module is all about. So I'll just go through an overview of the offense module, and then we'll do a live demo. So basically, what is the offense module? This module, it records offenses, and it is designed to record and manage all offenses in a structured and transparent way. So it can be extended to other agencies, such as police, immigration, biosecurity, and any other law enforcement agency at the border. So firstly, the system allows officers to record offenses directly in ASYCUDA. And this is entered through this module. So each case includes details like the offender, the offending party, what was the offense type, the date of the offense, which officers were responsible for dealing with that particular type of offense, as well as, like I said, if there was any other intervenants, other agencies involved in this particular offense. For example, if there was a smuggling case at the airport, so customs, immigration, or even biosecurity, they all join together to actually seize the smuggled goods and so forth. So this can be recorded with all the details of the other agencies as well. So this actually helps maintain the accountability and traceability. So everything is recorded step by step, who is doing what. Next, it helps to manage and collect penalties. So this module has the capability of collecting penalties. So if there is an offense committed and there is a penalty associated with that offense, you can collect the penalties through this module as well. So once the penalty is issued, the system tracks the payment process until settlement. So it reduces the risk of lost or uncollected revenues. So in the standard version, which was delivered to us by Geneva, um, this version that I'm going to demonstrate to you is an enhanced version compared to the standard one. So the standard version came bundled with an accounting module, and it basically, I think some of the countries are using that bundle accounting module. I think Fiji is also using that. So the issue with that is that the reporting or the cashiers have to navigate to the core accounting module, or if they want to collect the offense penalties, they have to go to the offense module. So there's two separate. So what we have done is we have combined the penalty collection into one, that is the core accounting module. So this does not create confusions. It helps in reporting. So everything is in the report. And you can see the collection in one place. So you don't have to do separate reports for offense collection, separate reports for the other types of collections. So we have enhanced this uh, based on the requirements of some countries. It also supports case management. So even though we are calling this an offense module, we can actually say this is a case management system. Okay? So basically, each offense or case can be included or can include the related documents, evidence, investigation notes, and progress status. So it records the status of the progress of that particular case. So it keeps the enforcement teams coordinated. So you can share this particular case with other enforcement departments and other enforcement agencies as well. And each relevant party will know the status of this particular case. So I would rather call this as a case management system rather than an offense module, because you can actually open up a case, collect penalties, track progress, and close the case. So once I do a demo, you'll see the process flow. Next, this module can also capture currency declarations. Okay, so in the standard module, which some countries may be using, they do not have a currency declaration tab. We have enhanced this to include the currency declaration tab. So this was a requirement for Palau. And they actually wanted to capture the currency declaration. I'm sure all countries require currency declaration, whether the passenger is arriving or departing, and currently they may be filling in manual forms. So this module will actually capture that particular currency declaration. And in the demo, I'll show you how it is done. Um, so this basically supports compliance with anti-money laundering regulations. This again is an enhancement to the standard version, like I said, um, and this can be used by all countries, and I believe currency declaration is mandatory to be captured. One of the strengths of this module is transparency. Like I mentioned before, each step, each progress, or whoever does an operation in this particular module is captured. Every transaction and update is logged, and the supervisors can review the full audit trail, ensuring that enforcement actions are fair and accountable. The system can generate demand notices and other financial correspondence automatically. So if there's an offense, you want to give a demand notice, the system can be tailor-made to produce that particular demand notice in a PDF format, which can be provided or submitted to the offending party. And any other correspondence, so such as the penalty letters, seizure reports, or payment reminders. So this saves time and ensures standardization. It also helps officers track bonded, seized, or confiscated items. So this particular module has the option to state where the seized item. So if customs are seizing or confiscating any item, you can actually state where that item is located. So you, at any one point in time, you can run reports and say, okay, um, this particular item is located in bonded warehouse or bonded customs bond 1, and you can do an audit on that and see, okay, yes, the item is still there. If not, then why is not there? So questions can be asked. So also it allows analytical and reporting so reports as well. So it allows management to evaluate how effectively offenses are being detected, processed, and resolved. So like I said, we can call this a case management system. Management supervisors can actually see when the case was opened and when the case was closed. So they can track the time it took for that particular case to be settled or basically closed and see the performance of their officers and why it was delayed and the reason and so forth. It also integrates with other core modules such as the declaration and the manifest. So if there is an offense committed, for example, related to a custom declaration, maybe it was a misclassification, incorrect tariff, you can actually link that SID to the offense module and state what was declared and what was actually needed to be declared. So it links to the declaration as well. It also links to the manifest. So if the declaration is not done, but an offense is at the point where the manifest has been submitted, you can also link the manifest as well to this particular module. So it's very easy to actually trace and track where the offenses or the related documents and the offenses relate to. And finally, it improves data consistency and compliance reporting. Very important, compliance reporting. So all data flows, standard formats. So all the data follows a standard format. So generating national or regional statistics becomes faster and more reliable. So if you want to basically if you have agreement with the regional bodies such as Interpol, or any other region that you share data with, you have an agreement, you can readily share this data through reports and data. I'll stop there and check my chat box if anyone has any questions regarding that. I don't see any raised hand. Okay, give some time for processing. If you have any questions, you can raise your hands now and ask. All right. No questions. Then we'll go straight into the demo. If Rishma, if you can confirm, you can see the ASYCUDA screen.
Yes, Rizwan.
Okay, thank you. So I'm logged in as two users, so Riz and there's a customs officer login. First of all, I'll do a demo on the standard offense module. And then secondly, I'll do a demo on the currency reporting. So the offense report or offense module is located in a ASYCUDA folder and it is labeled offense report. And there's a new document also labeled as offense report. So once you right click, you will have the options to find existing records or create a new one. So let's create a new one. Right. So this is how the offense module looks like. You have tabs at the bottom. You'll see general, offender, goods, transport. Transport is basically the manifest, and goods is the SAD, judicial, and the new tab, which is the currency. Under general, you'll see unit. Okay. So this particular section is basically pulled. So unit code and unit name is basically pulled from your user. So even before actually using this, we need to configure all the users who will be actually doing this offense or capturing this offense and assign them to the different sections. So they can be part of the ASYCUDA team, they can be part of the intelligence investigation team, or whichever team they belong to. Um, they will need to be entered. So let me go back to the admin access and I'll show you. Oh, so there is an option there, unit management. So custom officers, this is where we add the customs officers details. And the users, the officers need to be users of the system. They need to have a username or access to this ASYCUDA system. And we can create units as well. So what happens is this helps to separate actually which unit is doing or performing what operations. So we'll create units and assign them to the officers. So those two are very important. And then the next important part is the offense itself. So this is where you will actually put the different types of offenses. So you have your own regulations, you have your own customs acts. Based on those regulations and acts, you will create these offenses. So you have like section 125, it talks about incorrect valuation, or section something talks about smuggling. So this is where you will create the sections, codes, description, and this is where you'll put the regulation. What does that particular section state in the regulation? It is very important to put this because in the printouts, this will be displayed. The printout like a demand notice or any correspondence that you provide, this will be displayed clearly. You can also attach snippets of that particular section and where you are taking or where it's coming from. Then there's a penalty section. So you can have fixed amount or formula, or if that particular offense does not require any penalty, so you can disregard. And then you can also have your own formulas here, whereby you can write down the different formulas to calculate penalties. So if you have a matrix, penalty matrix, you can actually assign that penalty matrix for the different offenses that you create. So these three things are very important before you start actually creating any offense or capturing any offense. The unit, the officers, and the uh, different types of offenses. Okay, so this user custom tool is actually assigned to the unit SE. The unit name is SE National Project. And let's capture some offense. So like I said earlier, we can actually expand this or extend this to other agencies. So even biosecurity or immigration or police, they can also capture this, use this to capture their offenses. But for the demo, we'll say, okay, customs. This field here is a manual offense report. So at the time of the offense that was created, when the offense was done, you may have given a manual slip. So, and all these manual slips, I'm sure they have got some reference number. So this is where you will put that reference number of that particular manual slip, and you can attach that manual slip to this module. Okay? So you have evidence address, you provided this manual slip, and you have attached it. And then the date of the manual offense report. So let's say this. Next, what type of offense? So these are all reference tables. You can have more. In this demo, I have put two, but you can have many, depending on the different offenses that you have in your regulations or customs act. So for this demo, let's say smuggling. Place of offense, where the offense took place. This is the port. So you can extend this. So let's say Aira Airport, this is in Palau. And here you can actually write down the exact location. So this was airport, let's say airport arrival hall. And then the office. So this is the office. So this is generally capturing the different, just the general data, right? Like I said again, please, if you have any burning questions and you would like to clarify, let's not wait till the end of the session. You can raise your hand, or you can ask, or you can put your questions in the chat box, and I'll be happy to answer that during the presentation. Right. Now, the enforcement officers, this is where you will put all the officers who were involved in the particular uh, detecting or in the particular case, basically. So when you are creating the officers, you will give them codes. So let's say I have given them code already, and you can have more than one. This is very useful when you are when maybe this case goes to court, or even for your performance evaluation to see the performance of the officers. Okay, so let's put two officers there. This particular section is other intervenants. Other intervenants are basically the other agencies who were part of the investigation. So let's say police, and give the name of the officer. Let's say, okay, Masinama. And you can have more than one intervenant, right? Next, the offense list. This is where you'll put down all the types of offenses. Okay, so I have a question from Stanley. Is one can the administrative type be logged to the unit officer and further differentiated on the finder so that other agencies only see their own officers? Yeah, so Stanley, so this the second part of the question is so that other agencies can only see their own offenses. Um, mm, Not yet. In the standard version, no. So if you have access to the particular offense e-document, if you do a find, then you will see all the offenses. So I get what you're asking is like other administration, like police, biosecurity, and customs, you want them to see only their offenses and not the offenses that was created by the other agencies. At the moment, that is not the case. But I'm sure we can enhance that to lock in other agencies as well. Yes, you're right. So it will depend on the user properties. But at the moment, the user properties is not being used. But like I said, we can enhance that to lock in other agencies so that they can see their own. So just like the declarations and manifest. So they can see their own documents that they create. But to answer your question, not at the moment, but yes, it can be done. Okay. All right. Thank you. So now, like I was saying, the offense list, this is where the offenses are, where you put the offenses, and this is where you created the offenses earlier on. So if you don't know the code, just press F3 and you can search for the different types of offenses. So let's just pick up the first one, import. That's a misclassification. I know it doesn't match the offense type at the top, but let's put this one. Okay. Next is the fine. So this is the penalty section. So if there is any penalty associated with that type of offense, then you can put the penalty here as well. So let's say $1,000 and it's a transaction. Okay. So you see two fields, so amount and to be paid. This here, you can actually use partial payment as well. So if there is any arrangement done with customs and with the offending party for partial payments, you can actually do partial payments in this as well. So that is why you have this amount to be paid. And once the final amount is paid, then you will have your receipt details for the final payment. And statement of facts. So this is where you will write your story. So let me quickly grab some text. Okay. Right. So this first general tab is done. Now we move on to the offender, the details of the offender. So, okay, you can have a physical person or you can have a representative. So representative is like the carrier, the declarant, or the importer, or the transit. So if you click on representative, you will just need to fill in the TIN number of either one of these. So if it's an importer, then paragraph 3 and search for the importer, and it will be populated. Or if it is a declarant or a carrier. But in this case, let's say it's a offender. It was at the airport, so we'll just click on offender and we'll put the name of the details of the physical person. So let's put one fictitious person, Peter Parker. No maiden name, no second name, date of birth. Alphabet, let's say Suva, country Fiji, gender, let's say male, any type of ID, occupation, nothing. So what type of document they provided? Let's say passport, national passport, and the document number of that passport. This can be the same. Identification and the document number can be the same. Date of issue. This is the document type, date of issue and expiry. Just put in there. And the nationality, address. Uh, okay. So that's all the information of that particular person. Okay, so at, at this point, this is basically done. Okay? You don't need to go any further if you don't require any other details to be entered. But just for the sake of demonstrating, I'll go to the goods section just to show you how this looks like. So this is the SAD, linking the SAD. As I mentioned in the presentation, you can link the SAD to this document as well. Just provide the relevant number. So let's say we have one declaration, serial C3 meters 01 2025. And you can link by item as well. Okay. So if there's more than one item, you can link which item was the so we say misclassification. So which item was misclassified? So you put the item number. So item 1. Okay. So if the declaration is there, you see the details are automatically populated. So this is what was declared on top. And then as the recognized goods, you can change to what to the correct declaration. So if the HS was wrong, you can actually change the HS. Or if the origin of whatever details was wrong, you can actually change it here. So you can actually compare what was declared and what needed to be declared. Or if it was a seized item, if it was undeclared. And this is where you will okay. I have a question and I'll answer that after this. So this is where you will state where you are keeping the goods if it was a seized goods. So it's a customs HQ and so forth. So you can put down what quantity and all those things, how many um, the number of items and all those that was kept there. I have a question there. So it says, what if it's a passenger detected with illicit goods? Yes. So this is where you'll put the passenger details, okay, for a crew. So any person, if they are detected with illicit goods, like you're asking, smuggled goods, this is where you will put the details of the person, passenger or crew. Um, this is where you will put your story, what happened. This is where you will, in the offenses list, this is where you will state what particular regulation or customs act was violated. Okay? So it captures everything. And then you can also put here if it was illicit goods, drugs, for example, you can put here the quantity and the weight of the drugs and where it is being stored. Right, I hope that I have answered that question. All right. So next question me says, if you amend declaration in offense report, will this actually change the declaration? No. Okay, I was going to that. Note that if we are putting this here, for example, if you are changing the quantity and saving, this does not amend the declaration. You will need to go and do the amendment to the declaration following the proper process. This just records it. Right? So this pulls the data from the declaration and displays it. But if you change it, it does not change the declaration, because that is another set of process that you need to follow to basically amend or do a post entry to the declaration. And this information link to update the watch list. Watch list. So I'm not sure I'm getting that question really, but I'm assuming that you have some watch list in some other system. Well, it is not linked now. Aquinas time frame for penalty payment, it depends on your organization, the time frame. Okay, so there is no set time frame in this module, but if you have any time to pay arrangement and you have proper process, proper SOPs, then you can follow that penalty payment time frame. And then so best to do offense report first before amending the declaration to make sure the differences are captured. Yes, you can do the offense module first and see what was needed to be changed. And then this document can actually be your guide to changing or amending or doing a post entry to your declaration. So you can have this as a guide, as an evidence that this is why you are changing. So it basically comes down to your own SOPs, your own processes, how you want to follow and do this. Great. Right, and then the transport is basically the manifest. So you give your details, manifest details, and you can link that here as well. Now we are done. So we are done with this. So it's very simple. We try to keep it very simple, not too complicated, not too overcomplicate it. And these are the only things that you need to fill. So you verify, and if all the information, all the mandatory fields are filled, then you can either store. So you have the store option, or you also have the XML option. You can export it to XML and come back and work later on, and store it and come back and work later on. Or you register. So let's register. So once you register, you will be given a reference number. So you'll see P67. This is your reference number. All right. So we'll go to the next level. So it's better to have different to give access to different levels. For example, the officer is the one doing the registration, then a higher level officer is doing the validation. So that there is the work can be cross-checked. So let's go on to the next one. So So this user is the one going to validate it. So they'll do a find. So P67, this is the one, and he can view. So view, you can check everything that is okay. There's a print option, but you cannot print unless the uh, document has been validated by the senior officer. So this is where the senior officer comes in, and a separation of duty comes in. So they can check each other's work. So they'll right click and validate. Okay. So in validation, this opens up the document again, checking everything is okay. The officer can either validate it or they can cancel it. Okay, so cancel stops the process there, and then, but if you validate, then it goes to the next operation. So validate is done. I have another question. In Vanuatu, we can link the offense report to ASYCUDA to flag persons who have been captured in the offense module. So basically, you have got so there are a lot more uh, enhancements done to your offense modules, which is good. Yeah. So I'm linking that to the ASYCUDA. ASYCUDA is basically the passenger processing module. So it tracks the or it flags the incoming passengers or outgoing passengers. So basically, it's a watch list. Yeah. So yeah, good. Thank you for the information. All right. So that is validated. Now you can view and print out the demand notice. So in this case, this is tailor-made to Palau's environment, their requirements. And we'll see, okay, this is the offense report, this is the printout. So it shows the references, the date, and the manual offense details. It shows the different offenses, the section that has been violated with the text. So like I said, it's very important to have the text there. So it shows the text. It shows the details of the offender. It shows the officers who are part of the particular investigation, which unit they belong to, and your statement of facts, what happened, what transpired, your story, where the offense took place, if there was a seized goods or something misdeclared or any changes to the declaration. And finally, if there's a fine component, so it shows here as well. Okay. So you can provide this to the offender for them to see, okay, this is what it is. And then once they agree, that yes, I'm okay with that, I'm willing to pay the fine. I mean, it depends on your process. Then the officer can go propose fine. So once it is agreed that yes, this is the fine, you can always change this. But if you agree that this is the fine, then you propose the final fine. After the proposing of final fine, then only you can you are able to receive the payment. So P67. So let's go to the next user to receive the payment. So this accounting payment is the core module, core accounting payment, and this, like I said, it's now integrated in this. No longer you need to use the bundle accounting module which came in the offense report. So everything is in one place. So the payments are the new. And let's say Tapaka, say Suba, right? Cool. Then look at the penalty code, put the reference number 2025, office P67, and it automatically picks up the amount. You cannot put any amount which is more than what has been in the penalty in the offense module. So it will give you an error. Okay? So it's either more or less. Payment in cash, paid. So you can print the receipt. This is the normal receipt to print out, and that's done. Now, if I go to the offense module, if I view, '67. If I view now the operation, the final operation is closed. But if I view this, I will see the receipt details, and to be paid is 0. Right? Okay, I have some more questions for information. We also have a scan document tab on the offense report to capture extra information. Yes, so the scan document tab, we removed it in this one and we put it up here in the first page. So you can have all the scanned documents, your evidence, your exhibits, your pictures uploaded here in this small window, rather than having a separate tab, which basically does the same thing. Right? So it's here. You can actually upload everything in here. Your manual, offense report, your exhibits, your pictures. Okay, so the printout now will be the same, but I think there will be some details of the payment. Let's see. Oh, no, nothing is. But you'll see the receipt details in here. So this is the receipt that was paid to. And the final action to close this case is to close. Okay, so it will open up and then you close the particular case. And you'll see the details. So who did what? Register, who validated, who proposed the fine, who collected the payment, and who closed the case. So this is your the process of your offense or case management system, if you would like to call that. Now, very quickly, let me go to the currency. So the currency, the reporting is a bit different. Goes from the same place, offense report, new. Right. So you have the same information, customs. If there was a manual offense and all those things, you need to fill. If there was not, you can leave it blank. But here, this is the main thing. So if you select a currency reporting, then these fields become enabled. Before, if you selected any other apart from this, those fields were disabled. But if you select this as 002, the currency tab becomes enabled. So the only two required field here is the office and the offense type. And you can directly go to currency. You can also fill this if you want, but it's not mandatory. And you can also attach documents as well. So currency, very quickly, let's fill this. Passport number. Let's say they're arriving through today, when they're departing. If they have a work permit number, let's say. Just note that this is from the requirements given to me by Palau Custom. So this may be different from your requirements, or the fields that are there may be different from to what you are capturing. So this actually can be tailor-made or enhanced to suit your environment. But basically, these are the things that you capture. Hmm. They have a visa. Okay. nationality, telephone, thing like that, Palau address, let's say where is the apartment, rural, Palau, um, Fiji. All right. So the details are there, personal information has been filled. This portion here is indicating how the currency is going out or coming in. So through air or sea, let's say air. Here, is it coming in or going out? So imported coming in, exported going out. So let's say imported. So once you select this, the relevant import and export fields becomes enabled. So importing from, so where it's coming from, let's say Fiji, the final destination was, let's say Palau. This part is basically if the currency or the monetary instrument was mailed or otherwise shipped. So this is where you'll fill all the information of the mailing details, basically. Who sent, who mailed to whom, from where, what method of shipment was a postal or also. This is where you will enter the currencies now. So it's right now it's cash and other monetary, but you can have more than that. So let's say cash, bringing FJDs, let's say 100,000, 2 point. Okay. Now the exchange rate, you see that I'm entering the exchange rate and then it calculates the USD equivalent. So Palau, in case Palau's case, they're using US dollar. So they requested me to enter a field so that the officers can enter the exchange rate and it calculates the equivalent to US dollar. I'm sure you'll be asking me now, can we use the exchange rate functional that is already in ASYCUDA to calculate the equivalent the equivalent dollar? Yes, we can. Okay. If you are maintaining an exchange rate in ASYCUDA, yes, we can use that exchange rate option to calculate the equivalent currency. But for Palau, they found it easier to enter the exchange rate. Let's put another one. Let's say there's a cash, there's a other monetary instrument. Let's say it's coming from Australia, AUD, amount 50,000, 0.65. Okay. And then this shows the total equivalent. This part here, they asked me to state if someone is representing that particular offender. So we can have that. So maybe he's a lawyer. So and now you're saying, okay, so was it counted? Yes. Is there a penalty? Maybe yes. Was it declared? No. That's why there's a penalty part. Was that status, whether it's seized, released, or pending? Let's say it was seized. Flight number. This portion is taken from the user's property, so username, and you can have another user as well. So let's say, actually, okay, and your comments, and that's it. Your currency declaration is complete. So verify, citizen. Okay, since I checked penalties, I need to go to the general tab and then enter the penalty amount. Okay, that's the error. So I need to enter the penalty amount. So let's say 500. Now verify, done, and save. So again, it gives you a reference number P68. Can go look for it. So it's always better to have separation of duties, someone senior or some other officer validating the work that the officer has done. So P68, they can go and validate. Validating means you are checking that information entered is actually correct or not. Again, they can reject, validate, or cancel. Validation is done. After validation, you can print out the currency form. And this is different from the offense form. So the titles is different. You just have the reference numbers here, details of the person information of the particular person declaring, whether it's coming in, going out, and this part is all the currencies that has been declared. And this is where your agent or attorney fills it, they sign, and the last part is the penalties. So what was the amount of penalty, and once it's paid, it will show here. So let's quickly pay that. So this is P68. Reference number is P68. Okay, so now you see it does not pick up because the final proposal of the fine has not been done yet. It's only validated. So you need to do a final proposal or the final fine. So everyone agrees that that's the fine that we want, and then you can go ahead and pay or receive. So if I do it now, is great. Okay, now it picks up. And let's collect it in cash and done. So R48 is the receipt number. And if we open up the offense report or the currency declaration form, it should provide with the receipt details as well. Number. Okay, P68. Okay, so the receipt details are here at the bottom. And if you print out that currency declaration form, it will also have the receipt details. Right, yeah. So that means it's paid. And the final operation is to close the case. And that's done. So that's your offense module, your case management module, if you like to say, your currency declaration. Yeah, thank you for your time and listening. And if you have any other questions, clarifications, or concerns, comments, please do ask. You can put it in the chat. You can raise your hands. Yes, from Stanley, that is what our legislation is additional penalties for unpaid offenses. Penalties after certain periods. How do you think we can capture additional penalties in the module, preferably automatically if possible, after the legislated period of time is left? So basically what I understand from your question is that there is a certain time for probably 30 days. After 30 days, there's a percentage added to that particular penalty. Currently in this module, it's not happening that way. But if you want to use this module to further enhance that, then there can be rules put in behind this system where it tracks the number of days, and if unpaid, then it automatically adds to that particular uh, penalty amount. Okay. Uh, does that answer your question, Stanley? I mean, for now, it's not happening, but yes, we can track the number of days and then put rules behind that. Yes, Sharda. Please, can Rishma, if you can open the mic. Yes, Sharda, go ahead.
Hi, Harish. Just wanted to know if you move the offense payment to accounting model, will that offense payment option will be still available?
Yes, so I know Fiji is using the bundled accounting module for the offense report, right?
Yep.
If we move it to the core module, uh, the current one will still remain. We're not removing that.
Okay, I asked because the offense payment module allows you to do the part payment. The accounting module won't allow you.
No, I think you joined in late. The accounting module, we have done it in a way that it allows part payment as well.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So you can have part payment in the core accounting module as well.
Okay.
Hmm. Right. Any other questions, comments? So I think Vanuatu is using it. But so Vanuatu is using, they have enhanced it to include the CPEX. Fiji is using this module. Um, Palau will start using this. Any other country is using this? No? Okay. So I think that's all for this session, and looking forward to seeing you all in the next webinar. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.